and yet at the same time, as long as a program that gets paused doesn't have players that are really sick, I don't, you know, it's just a crazy year. So you can't, it's just, you deal with you deal with your situation, and we weren't put on pause, and our players were really, really good about their COVID discipline once we got back to the season. So I'm really proud of them for being as COVID disciplined as they were.
Thank you, Coach.
Next, we'll go to Mel Greenberg.
Mel, you're on pause. Your sound's covered up, Mel.
All right, we good now?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. From when you played him, I know it was a long time ago, and you didn't get that second game with COVID.
Hey, Mel. I love you, Mel, but you're hard to understand when you don't have a mask on. Come on, Mel.
Okay. I don't know what the rules of the road are up here in the sky bus. What was different with them from when you played them the one time in Chicago?
Mel, I still didn't understand the question. Say it again. I just couldn't understand it.
No. From when you played them the last time?
Right.
What all was different this time? In other words, in this game, yeah.
What's changed since in the 2 months? Well, I a lot of things have changed. I mean, I think Villanova's gotten better for sure. That's one thing that's changed. I don't know that we've defended the way I've liked our teams to defend. Our players understand that if I'm going to give them a green light to shoot quickly, that they have to defend. And I don't know if we ever bought into that concept the entire year. So when we're making shots and not defending, we're okay. But when we're missing shots and not defending, we're not okay. And I just think Maddie Sechrist, I haven't looked at the stat sheet. I know she had 31 in the first game, and we held her to 14 at halftime. So I know she was on pace for 28. And so whenever she scores quietly to me. What did she end up with, Mel?
I think it was 30.
33.
I didn't have the box.
We cut her down to one. We cut her by 1 point this time. I mean, I think Hurley is better. Mortenson's really a good player. And then the supporting cast of the Nova team really did a good job. Raven James, God bless Raven James. I don't know that anybody's really given her the credit in her time at Nova. The kid can't shoot, the kid can't shoot, the kid can't shoot. Also, I'm sorry I called her a kid. The young woman can't shoot, the young woman can't shoot, the young woman can't shoot. But all she does is make shots at big games when she needs to. And Raven James has done that for Nova over the last couple of years. So, the Raven James factor, the Runyon factor, those players really did step up and make some big plays for Nova tonight. And that's important.
We've got a question on the phone, the 773 number.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Coach. It's Jim Neundorf from 24/7 Sports. Given that the schedule that your team has played, including the win over Kentucky and the narrow loss to number 2 Texas A&M, do you have any thoughts on whether you think your team should be included in the NCAA tournament?
Absolutely, I believe we should. I believe we deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. When I see teams from other leagues telling the committee that 10 teams should be in from us, I mean, when I hear that, absolutely, I believe we should be in the NCAA tournament. But the committee. I've always been a coach who's believed in our committee process. If you look back to our 24 NCAA tournaments that we've been to, you've never heard Coach Bruno here beef once about what our seed was, where we were sent, or how the committee did this wrong or did that wrong. You've never heard me beef one time in my life. All right, so I think the committee is made up of good quality women and men that really work very hard to put together a 64-team field and then bracket that field constructively. And I think they'll do a really, really good job. And of course, we play Texas A&M to 2 points for the purpose of getting in the tournament. We went through all kinds of hoops to get to play Louisville out here, and I screwed that up by pressing them the wrong way. So that score isn't nearly as bad as it looks. beating Kentucky was a big win for sure. You know, we have 2 losses to UConn. So I think there's no doubt that we went out and scheduled people, and some of the other people campaigning for the right to be in the tournament. If you go out and look at who they scheduled, they didn't schedule difficult people. But again, our committees work very hard. They don't get extra pay. They're going to figure this out. And if they feel like we're deserving, then we're deserving. And if they don't feel like we're deserving, then we won't be deserving. And what stinks about all this is you can't have it back. But you know, this is still a continuum of last year. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. It's only a year ago that we put ourselves in position to have 2 home games in the NCAA tournament. That wasn't. And then that tournament goes away. And now you have to fight your way into a new tournament. And we'll see what happens. We'll just see where it all lays out and what happens. Our players, because they haven't been put on pause, have not had the rest. And again, I'm saying with this respect, if a team has been put on pause and any individual athlete has been sick, badly sick, that's terrible. Or if any human being has been badly sick, that's terrible. But some people have been put on pause over third-party people, I mean, not being sick, and they've actually had some rest during the season. So hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of rest here and prepare ourselves for postseason basketball somewhere.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on a great season to this point, and safe travels. Villanova will be next on this same Zoom in just a minute.
I really appreciate, and Women's Hoops appreciates, all that you do to support our sport and try to grow our sport. We need you and can't thank you enough for all that you all do. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.